John and Character presents Dorktales Storytelling with a geekish twist.
The Wind, the Sun, and the PorcuPUN by Amy Thompson. Afternoon, Reg. Have I got a story for you today? Oh, that's lovely, Jonathan. I was just having a cuppa and hoping for an excellent story. Cuppa? Oh, you mean a cup of tea. Well, get ready to steep in this story, because by the end of it, your head will be full of puns. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I think you're mistaken. I'm full of pins. No, I know that, Reg. But I actually meant puns. Excuse me? Yes, a pun. A pun is a joke. It can play on the different meanings of a word or on two words that sound similar. Well, I love jokes and words. Ooh, this is perfect for me. I know. Oh, I'm so excited. All of my spines are getting quite tingly. Would you say that you're on puns and needles? Oh my, yes. That was a pun, right? Yep. Oh, Jonathan, you've made my day. Ooh, I love this. It'll be a ton of fun. Are you sure it won't be a ton of pun? Ah, now you're getting it. I know. I love puns. Can't believe I never heard of them before. Though you do know you don't have to say pun for it to count as a pun, right? Oh, right, my boy. On with the story. Okay, so you know the sun, who's? The only one. But who does he belong to? To everyone. The sun. In the sky? Where? Is he a bird? No, he's the sun. I'm so confused. Oh, you mean our heavenly celestial superintendent? The orb of gaseous explosive light that fuels our life? Yes, that sun. An only child. Well, it's the only one in our solar system. Anyway, the sun, up in the sky, was having a day. You see, the sun was hanging out with their good friend, the wind. Ah, yes, I was wondering when it would show up. Ugh, that was a pretty weak pun, Reg. What can I say? You win pun, you lose pun. So the sun and the wind were having tea? Well, actually, they happened to be having a disagreement. Oh? Yep. You see, the sun and the wind were very competitive. Wow, there's a match full of hot air. Ha! I'll say. No matter the challenge at hand, the sun would always say, "I'm the best!" And the wind would retort, "Phooey, you know nothing." So what, being polite was seasonal? Well, it was always up for debate. On the breeze, if you will. And today was no different. Today, the two forces were disagreeing about who was the most powerful. "I'm clearly more powerful," said the sun. "My rays help all living things to grow and thrive." "Who do you think you're kidding?" replied the wind. "My power lies in my lungs." The wind was 100% sure it knew best. But how do they solve this predicament? As most story characters tend to do. With puns. With a bet. A wager? You wager what? I wager you're gonna tell me no matter how I reply. Ugh, that's right, partner. The sun and the wind were hashing it out, with the wind howling. You're too weak compared to me. And the sun was feeling hot-headed. Well, yes. Every word the sun spoke caused a flare-up. Watch out, wind! You're dealing with a star here! Yeesh. Both of these are a bit too blustery for my tastes. Where's the moon and the rain when you need them? Well, the moon is too cool, and everybody knows the rain is a total drip. Too true, mate. So, how did this story unfurl? Well, at that moment, who should come walking down the road? The king? What? No, this story doesn't have a king. The queen? Nope, no queen either. No royalty. This was just a regular man walking down the road. Just a person? Not even a cool name? Not that I know of. Do you think he should have one? Oh, enthusiastically, yes. Well, what would you name him? Douglas. Douglas? Yes, very much so. Doug for short. Fine. So, Doug came walking down the dirt road from town. He was passing through the farmland to head home after a long day of work. Oh, what kind of profession did he labor in? He worked in the plant nursery, and that day he had planted some young oaks in the city square. Ooh, a tree man. Would you say he likely dug a hole that afternoon? Well, probably. Oh, you almost got that pun by me. The name Doug sounds like the past tense of dig. Dug. You're getting very clever with these, Reg. I try to entertain. Well, it's working. Anyway, Doug was trudging down the road in his denim jacket. It was not too hot and not too cold. He had had a neutral day at work. That's unheard of. Well, that's exactly what happened to Doug that day. He worked hard to plant his trees all afternoon, felt proud to be accomplished, and was simply happy to head home to dinner with his family. Aw. Aw, indeed. But did we forget about something? What? The bet. Ah, yes, the wager. So the sun and the wind spied Doug making his way home. What did they do? Well, they were inspired by his jaunt. No. Ooh, his smile? Nope. His name. Doug is a very appropriate name for a man who plants trees. Glad I finally gave him one. I should really, Reg. They wouldn't have been able to guess his name without meeting him. May I keep telling the story? Oh, yes, of course, mate. Okay. The sun and the wind noticed the man's jacket, and in that instant, the wager was on. The sun proclaimed, "Aho! I spy the answer to our disagreement now. Whoever is the most powerful will get that traveler to remove his cloak." I'm sorry, I must interject. The sun got it a bit wrong. You, Jonathan, told me he was walking home from work. I wouldn't consider him a traveler. Well, yes, I guess that's a celestial being's way of describing someone on the road. Ah, so maybe not a traveler, but it was a dirt road, and he had a long day, so Doug did have the potential to trip. Oh, all right, Reg. You took a while, but you got there. Add another great pun to the running tally. Who's counting? I am. Anyway, the sun and wind decided that whoever got the man, Doug, to remove his coat would be declared the most powerful. So the wind puffed up and... The wind blew a huge gust of air. Doug bent his head toward the ground to keep his long bang from blowing into his eyes. Ooh, a long bang. How chic. Hope he's got the cheekbones to pull that off. He totally could. But the one thing he wasn't pulling off was his coat. So the wind kept blowing. Blowing everything from a draft to a squall, and all the options between. To no avail. With each attempt, Doug only tightened his jacket even closer around his body. He kept his eyes down and leaned forward to not fall backwards. The wind blustered leaves at him to tickle him and make him shudder. Ooh, I'm getting chilly just hearing about it. He just wanted to get home. I thought maybe if I tried hard enough, I could blow it off. Well, the wind was mistaken. That wasn't a breeze. Ah, another solid pun, Reg. Well, I like to tell my jokes with gusto. Oh, and another good one. You're brilliant with puns. And you're long-winded. Okay, that's enough. Took it too far? Yeah, you kind of insulted me there for a second. I was about to storm out. Oh, amazing! Sorry for the ribbing. Sometimes I can't help myself. I didn't mean it. I know you didn't, buddy. And that last one didn't blow me away. Righto. We've now both got a good jab at one another, and it's even. Let's move on. Too much pun for you, Reg? Never. I just liked the story. Whatever happened to the sun? Well, after the wind had huffed and puffed and had no luck getting Doug to take the denim jacket off, the sun, like you, couldn't help but have a bit of fun with it. Oh-ho! Who can come in and save the day but the brightest star in the sky? Ha ha ha! I'm more powerful than you, Wind, and won't have to try so hard to prove it. Well, don't try to blow his jacket off. It'll never work. Never? Why would I ever force the man to remove his coat? That was the bet we agreed upon. Well, how about I win this bet my way? And without another word, the sun began to heat the ground. The air along the road got warmer. Puddles began to evaporate and create steam. And Doug began to sweat. Ooh, quite clever. And the sun didn't have to push or blow or burn too uncomfortably hot. I'm sure the wind wasn't a fan of that. Well, the wind knows how to be gracious. Ooh, I kind of missed the point. And the wind had a very good sense of humor about it. Good one, son. You'll win this time. The wind was right. As the sun heated up the road, Doug could not continue walking with his denim jacket on. Yes, it's happening. And just like that, Doug removed his jacket and his hat and shirt. Whew. Unreasonably warm for a walk home at the end of the day. He carried his jacket the rest of the way home. Very interesting tale, Jonathan. So the sun is the most powerful? Well, I think the point of the story is that there is power in being kind and gentle. No need to force your way through life. You can take things step by step to succeed. The sun and the wind set aside their squabbles over who's best and realized, in the end, it doesn't really matter. That's a really good lesson. No pun? Nope. Really? Not one tiny pun in the oven? Oh, Jonathan, I'm all out. Okay. Thank you very much for the education pun. Ooh, that was a stretch even for you. I'll never stop punning up with them. Okay. We'll just end it here. And they all lived... I'm puntastic. Yes, Reg. And they all punalicious. Okay, Reg. Very punny. But we gotta go eat lunch. So they all lived happily puntacular. I've created a pun monster. A punster. I'm the punster. I'm pontiferic. The pun man. The pun master general. The pontificator. I'm puniferous. I'm punalicious. Puntastic. Puntastical. Pontiferical. This has been a John and Character production. Today's story was written by Amy Thompson and performed by Jonathan Cormer. Sound recording and production by Jermaine Hamilton at Studio Circle Recordings. For more information about this episode, go to johnandcharacter.com. Oh, and if our storytelling brings you some joy, and a few laughs, we'd be so grateful if you'd help us live happily ever after by writing a review. It's one of the best ways for others to find our geeky tales. But before you go, please hit the subscribe button so future episodes will automatically show up in your podcast library. Now, go be the hero of your own story, and we'll see you next Once Upon a Time.